Hi, I'm Yaswanth. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about data governance. So we all know data is undoubtedly the new age oil. So we are highly dependent on data. So if you ask any business, like what is the important asset for them, they will tell you it is data, because we are living on data. Like we are making everything out of data. So whatever it is, so if you want to construct something, if you want to destruct something, you need data. So even if you want to send a jet into the space, or even if you want to send something to the other planet, you need data. You need a lot of calculations, you need a lot of predictions, you need data for everything. But what if your data is inconsistent? What if your data has errors? What if your data has no proper definition? So if you may tell something like, what happens if some of your data is wrong? So if it is an individual level, it's okay. But what if it was like sending a rocket to the space? If you calculated something wrong, what will happen? Ultimately, it will fail. So data is such important for every organization, and as the days were passing, the value and the importance of data is also keeps increasing. But in order to avoid all these problems, in order to get out of inconsistent data problems, in order to get out of all these data problems that I have mentioned earlier, we need something, and that something is called data governance. So data governance is something you set procedures and policies for defining your data, for securing your data, for auditing your data, to manage your data, and to set roles in your organizations. So you will do everything in your data to get more out of it. And what are the things you will get with the help of data governance? You will get some quick and easy analytics that really saves your time. So consider an example. So if you are a machine learning engineer or a big data engineer, your task is to build a prediction based model that can give you some business. But what is your role here? Because as a techie, your role is not about collecting the data, right? So your role is building a model, building a software solution for the data that you have. But if you have a proper data, if you have a high quality analytics, it makes your task easier. So with the help of data governance, you will get high quality analytics and easy to use analytics and accurate analytics. It really saves your time and you can do your task easily. This is one such example. And what are the other things that data governance do? So consider this example. So if your data is inconsistent, which means you don't have the proper roadmap of how your data is coming and how your data is going, it also gives you some financial losses. So if there is a framework that automates this entire process and it saves your time, it will reduces your financial losses as well as it makes your data consistent. So we need data governance. What are all the other things that data governance do? And yes, there are many in the list, but like I will tell you the only the important things. As I already told you too, there are also few things. So what if the roles in your organization to access the data are not defined well? So again, you will get a problem, because if someone want to access data, you need to request that access permission to some other one, and he or she also don't have the correct idea of how to access the data or who is the correct owner of the data, because there are various departments and various roles in the organization, which makes giving data access really confusing. But data governance makes it very clear. It clearly defines the roles and responsibilities of every individual in the organization with respect to data management. It solves the other problem. And compliance issues. So if you don't know whether to use this data for a particular purpose or not, then you will end up getting into some compliance issues. So if you not use it properly, and data governance manages that too. And finally, the last and important one is data security. So what if your data is not secure? Because if you don't know the real value of your data, if you fail to define your data properly, you will get some issues with the security of the data, because who will use it, who will misuse it, you don't know how your data will be interchanged somewhere else. Data governance will also solve this problem. So data governance is a combination of all things. If you give your data to the data governance tool or data governance software, it really manages your data, and it really gives you some insights where you can make money out of the data. Every business intention is to make some profit out of your investment and your data. And yes, and nowadays without data we can't do anything, and every business is highly relying on data. Then data governance is also gaining its popularity because of increased demand of data. And now coming, what all the softwares or what all the companies that are working on data governance and are providing a quality data governance softwares. So OvalEdge is one such software where it provides you data cataloging and data governance services. And if you give your data to data governance, it creates that as a data catalog and gives you a proper insights. It also gives you data governance, which can manages and which can give you enough things that I have mentioned earlier with your data. So yeah, it's all about data governance. And if you want to know more about data governance, I have added some links in the description. You can also do that. And if you're a business or a startup, so looking to make most out of your data, you can choose the tools like OvalEdge in order to create a proper data governance platform. And also one thing, so there are various roles out there in the data governance. So if someone is designing or developing a data governance framework, there are various roles out there. The first one is Chief Data Officer, where he manages the entire thing. And the second one is Data Architect. So where he architects, so he designs the framework. And the other one is Data Strategist, where he can plan some strategies on how to utilize that. And finally, there are people who worked on that data. So these are all the different roles that every data governance platform has. So yeah, it's all about data governance. And yes, ultimately, this is going to be the important factor in the future for all the companies. So if you're a startup or a company, then you might have heard about the data governance already. If not, try to learn, because data governance is a must. If you're someone who's managing data, then you need to govern your data, and it is how it is possible. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video and if you thought you will get some gnan out of this video, please share this video in your network. Also, if you are a new visitor to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video.